the, owners and operators of the business. And they had, a small group of young guys, hustlers underneath them. And they started to realize, and this was before risk rating 2.0, any of that stuff. This was just straight NFIP insurance. They were starting to see that the smart vents, there was a tie-in to the insurance. So if somebody had a house down the shore and they were getting a bill for flood insurance for call $2,000 a year because they had a subgrade crawl and it was subject to the risk of the pressure if the flood comes. So they would pay it and they would be pissed and whatever. And then they would find out, hey, wait, listen, if you put in these flood vents, 5 flood vents at 100, what were they at the time? Maybe $150 back in the day, a unit. But anyway, whatever it was back in the day, you put in 5, 6 flood vents, and now the NFIP would mitigate the risk on the first floor, and they would then move you to the next top of the finished floor and rate you above. And that would take sometimes $2,000, $2,200, all the way down to $500 a year.
Whoa.
And it was just simple math because now you were taking the risk off the lower level foundation wall. And if the flood, flood, whatever comes, and now we've mitigated the risk of buckling the wall, but the water comes up to the next floor. That's what we're okay with that. We're going to insure that. We're going to underwrite that. So then, long story short, that we knew was happening. So we said, hey, well, how can we make this a more cohesive business? Well, hell, let's see if we can write the insurance too. Because another thing we found was there's something called an elevation certificate that anybody who owns a property in a flood that's a residential building, you should have an elevation certificate. And it says everything about your zone you're in, your property, does it have flood vents, how many, where are you at, how's everything rated, what's the story. This way, number one, as the homeowner, you can, when you sell this property, explain this is what we have, this is our situation, this is what we've done or not done, and the new buyer, it's fully transparent on an elevation certificate. You know what you get.